All right, Fam Club, the holidays are over and 2023 is coming to an end. I thought it'd be a great time to look at all the cards that were released over the last year and give you my top 10 list of cards that you might want to consider picking up right now while the getting is hot. The market is extremely strong for collectors, and there's been a lot of fantastic cards that were released over the last year. Now let's get to it. All right, I got a top 10 list, but first I'm going to start you off with 5 honorable mentions. Now, the top 10 list is based on cards in their current market value and where I see them going in the future. So, if there's something you want in your collection, you might want to consider picking them up right now because the prices are fantastic on them. Now, the honorable mentions that I'm going to start off with, they didn't make the top 10 list, largely due to either collectability or the fact that they're already such inflated prices. They're just too much for me to handle to pick them up. But it's up to you to consider because they are definitely 5 very worthwhile cards to have in your collection. And number 1 is Charizard EX from 151. Absolutely fantastic, gorgeous card. This card, I wish I had in my collection, but I've ripped near $1,000 worth of 151 and I have not got it. I'm not done ripping 151. We're going to rip some more soon. Maybe I'll finally get it. But if you're a Charizard lover, this card is fantastic. The market value is currently $117.80, and this is why it didn't make it into my top 10 list. The next card in honorable mention is the Koraidon EX Special Illustration Rare from SV1. It's only going for $10.50. Fantastic card. My only reason I didn't put it in the top 10 is collectability. I can't imagine this card not going up in the future, but Miraidon and Koraidon, who knows how popular they're going to be. The most popular cards are, of course, always those Gen 1 and Gen 2 when you think about really long-term Pokemon collecting. So that's why it's in the honorable mention. And its counterpart, the Miraidon EX Special Illustration Rare, another gorgeous artwork. Scarlet and Violet has just brought us the best artworks ever, and this is one of them in my opinion. It's going for $19.25. This is, a fairly rare card from the base set again of Scarlet and Violet. Absolutely worthwhile picking it up. It just didn't make it in my top 10. And another one from SV1 is the Miriam. This card was going for $100 on launch. It's currently sitting at $27.23. The artwork is beautiful. Definitely one that you should put into your collection. I'm just not sure about super long-term collectability because are people really going to care about Miriam the trainer 20 years from now? I don't know. And last but not least, in the honorable mention is that Pikachu with a gray felt hat. I absolutely love this card. The artwork is beautiful. I am super bitter that I didn't get one of these. It's currently sitting at $142.87 market value on TCG Player. I really wish I had this in my collection. I saw someone else trade one in for another card. They paid nothing for this card and they got $150 PSA 10 or something. And, I wish I had a handful of these to trade for other things as well as have one for myself. Love this card. Can't make the top 10, even though I think it's the best card of 2023, just because it's just so overinflated. Is it going to go up? Highly likely, because there's not enough of them to go around. But because of the current market price, I didn't put it in my top 10. All right, let's get into the top 10 now. Number 10, Giovanni's Charisma. Absolutely gorgeous special illustration rare. The artwork here is fantastic. The window is reflecting both the inside as well as showing you the visible outside. The Master Ball is there. He's cuddled up with Persian. Fantastic artwork. Unbelievable that it's going for $9.59. This is definitely a card worth picking up now. Number 9, Tapu Koko EX from Paradox Rift. Beautiful card, $17.10 right now for a market value. Tapu Koko goes way back. Definitely there are collectors of him out there. Definitely a beautiful artwork. Definitely underpriced for the rarity and difficulty of picking this card up. This is the only special illustration rare I've gotten so far from Paradox Rift. It's definitely one of the top ones in there, and that's why I made it to the list, and it's number 9 for me. Then we got the Garchomp EX sitting at number 8 for me. This is $25.68. Again, a very difficult card to pull. One of my favorite artists, Oswaldo Cato, and I think it's a fantastic artwork, especially considering that he's got the terrestrialized hat. Beautiful, difficult to get, $25. I think it's a must-have for future for collectors. Definitely one worth picking up. And number 7, we got the Pidgeot EX Special Illustration Rare. Fantastic, simple artwork here. $8.33. That is insane for a special illustration rare. Now, it's from Obsidian Flame, so I think there is 6 special illustration rares. They're kind of easy to get compared to other sets, but still, this is a fantastic artwork, and I've been looking for PSA 10s of this. If you can pick up a near flawless copy for $10 or less, the PSA 10s I think are going for $55 and up. I've been in the market for the PSA 10 version just because I think it's a fantastic card, one I want to preserve and have in the future. Number 6, Erica's Invitation from 151. Now, I should mention when I said Charizard EX from 151 didn't make the list that every single card from 151 should be on this list. The entire set is worthy of collecting and filling out. It's obviously the best set of 2023. There's really no card that I wouldn't consider a must-have, especially from the special illustration rares. But based on market value, I didn't put the Blastoise, the Venusaur, or the Charizard in this list because, you know, they're just expensive. Should you get them? Absolutely. But you got to decide whether or not. Now, as far as being undervalued, I feel like Erica's Invitation is vastly undervalued, and that's why it was number 6 on my list. $22.55 for this absolutely fantastic artwork with a trainer who goes back to the beginning. Must have, in my opinion. Pick this up right now if you're interested in it. So cheap. Moving down into the top 5, we got Altaria EX. Fantastic, gorgeous artwork. This special illustration rare from Paradox Rift. Again, very difficult to pull. $24.59 right now. These are the rarest cards of Scarlet and Violet. It's the Scarlet and Violet version of alternate arts. Do I think that they have the same level of value as alternate arts? I don't. But I still think that they're very difficult. They're the rarest cards to get. And if you love the Pokemons in them, pick them up. This Altaria EX, absolutely fantastic artwork, gorgeous card, $24.59 market value, definitely a must pick up. Now, Alakazam EX is making my top 10 list, and he's number 4 from 151, $34.51 right now. Fantastic artwork, very undervalued for this Pokemon, for being a special illustration rare and how difficult it is to pull this card. So it's one that I do think is worth picking up if you can get it for under the $35 mark. Fantastic artwork. Sitting at number 3 for me, from 151, is the Pikachu illustration rare. This has so many Pokemon in it. The artwork is fantastic. It's $17.98. It's a little overvalued for an illustration rare, but I think it is the best illustration rare of the Scarlet and Violet era. I would pick it up if I was you. Definitely worthwhile having this card for the future. I should also add that I have not been able to pull this card yet myself. The illustration rares are an absolute nightmare. This is worth $18 left and right because of how difficult 151 is to get those illustration rares. Number 2 for me is Gardevoir EX from SV1 base. Fantastic artwork. Gardevoir, highly beloved. $21.10 for this card. I just got it myself in a PSA 10 for I think $55. I like the preservation of PSA. I feel like the value of a PSA grading is worth about $20 to me. So if you take the market value of the card, in this case $21, I add $20. If I can get around that price or very close to it, it's absolutely worth a PSA 10 to me, just to preserve this card forever. Fantastic artwork. $21 is a steal. Definitely add this to your collection if you can early in 2024, because it's just fantastic. And number one on my list, which might surprise you all, is this Charizard EX from Obsidian Flames. It's currently, the market value is $57.36. This is very low for a Charizard EX special illustration rare. Are these easier to pull than other special illustration rares? Quite possibly. I pulled two. I gave them both away on this channel as giveaways. The artwork on this card is fantastic. It's a Charizard. It's a special illustration rare. It's under $60. For me, this is a must-have in your collection. If you can pick up a really clean copy, especially PSA 10s are very rare and very expensive of this card. So if you find this in your local game store for $70 or less and it looks flawless, you should be snapping it up. This is, I think, the best card to pick up from 2023 that's not in 151 and is at a great market value right now to pick it up. So those are my picks for 2023 cards. Let me know what's in your top 10 list. What's your best card from 2023? What's your must-have? And how much are you willing to pay for them? Because my favorite card is Pikachu with a gray felt hat, but I'm not willing to pay $150 to pick that guy up. Is it ever going to come down? Quite possibly no. But sometimes you just got to learn that you need to say no to certain things. And that's one I'm going to have to say no to, at least for now. We'll see how it goes in the future. Hope you guys are having a great week. Hope you have a happy New Year's. And I'll catch you in the next video.